With all the disagreements going on with Putin, the Crown Prince, Saudi Arabia, OPEC Plus, I smell a war brewing. There is a tremendous amount of pressure on OPEC right now. If you are following OPEC at all, you look at OPEC is on the brink of a crisis. Right now, oil prices are at $41.51 a barrel, $43.04 Brent crude. The OPEC Plus member countries are on the brink of a financial crisis. If the latest assessments of the International Monetary Fund are accurate, the IMF has presented a very bleak outlook for an economic recovery in the Middle East and Central Asia. They are losing their butts in the Middle East right now. Their biggest GDP is oil. America's GDP for oil is 10%. There's Saudi Arabia's 90%. Russia's GDP for oil is 60%. They can't afford these $40 prices like America can. And so they're being destroyed right now. They really, and see, here's the thing. They're going up against American politics. Right now, the Biden campaign is spending hundreds of millions of dollars and brainwashing everyone about fossil fuels. That's causing a domino effect of major divestment in oil and gas. And it's this whole pandemic, the whole coronavirus, and everyone saying, oh, it's destroying the demand for fossil fuels. Hundreds of millions of dollars has been spent on brainwashing people to believe all of these things. Well, the truth is that the demand for oil is at 95 million barrels a day. We're 5 million away from being back to pre-COVID levels. Okay, but Putin in Saudi Arabia and OPEC can't fight against that. The whole point to their oil price war back in March was to bring the shale fracking industry to their knees. Now, has it brought a lot of the oil and gas American industry to their knees? Yes, but the big boys continue to move forward. It's going to take years. It's going to take years to destroy the fracking industry, but they don't have years. They have months. And when I say they, I'm talking about Putin. His credibility is on the line here. The economy is his biggest selling aspect to keep him in power. He just changed the law to keep himself to continue to stay in power. The Crown Prince, everything is weighing on this oil prices. So here's the thing. These OPEC meetings have been dragging on. They said, hey, we're not going to come up with a plan until December 1st. Okay. What that tells me, there's disagreements. Have you ever worked with a guy, whether a colleague or a neighbor or somebody that irritated you so bad that at night you'd stay up at night thinking how you're going to just punch them in the face? The root of all of this is pride. We have pride as men. We want to dominate. We want to be in control. Putin has more pride than any man on this planet. And this man has seared his conscience. He has the ability to make one decision and people are dead. Okay. This is proven fact. Everyone knows this. And so for him to sit with this young prince, to listen to him, and he's probably sitting here thinking, or he's going to sleep at night with these thoughts, I'm going to have this guy murdered. Or he imagines himself calling for an airstrike to bomb a Saudi oil facility to destroy their production. I mean, that would be the fastest way to get oil back to $80, $90 to $100 a barrel. Okay. The Crown Prince is probably thinking the same thing about Putin, but he's caught between a rock and a hard place because the law in the Middle East is Putin, because America's pulling out. So if you want something, you go to Putin for it. If you want something done, if you want protection, if you want a new gas line or oil line, something, you go through Putin. Iran's using Putin. That's why they are key allies for each other. It's interesting how Iran dropped bombs on a key oil facility in Saudi Arabia. Hey, it wasn't Putin, right? I'm telling you right now, Putin has plans because this OPEC thing isn't working. This OPEC Plus isn't working. This attack against the fracking shell industry, it's not working fast enough. All right. So I see a war coming. If you look here, ISIS calls for attacks on Saudi oil industry. The Islamic State has called on its members to start targeting Saudi Arabia oil infrastructures as punishment for the kingdom warming up to Israel. I wouldn't be. This has Putin written all over it. Putin is in control of the Middle East. He's in control of who gets what, okay? And people are afraid of him, all right? Now, granted, he doesn't have all the control. He doesn't have all the cards. But I'm telling you right now, the Middle East fears Putin. They don't fear America as much to the point that America warns people. They use the system, the law, the legal system, where Putin, he goes around it. You're bombed before you even realize it, as where America gives warning after warning after warning, okay? And I wouldn't be surprised if ISIS is another proxy for Putin to bring destruction to oil infrastructure, to destroy the peace in the Middle East, because peace in the Middle East is not good for business. It's awful for the oil and gas industry. When Bush was in office, when all those bombs were being dropped, when Obama was in office dropping all those bombs in the Middle East, they kept oil prices well over $100 a barrel. But the fracking industry has stopped all of that because it's brought oil and gas security to our home. And because of that, it has put Putin and Saudi Arabia in a place to where they can't control oil prices anymore. They can't control oil output anymore. And their plan was to destroy the fracking industry. But Putin can't. If Putin drops a bomb on shale, if he uses his military influence, his power to destroy shale, which he already tried to do it by flooding the market with oil, but it's not happening fast enough. So his only alternative, his only option to save face is to bring war to the Middle East, to cause fear in people's minds like, hey, listen, we're going to drop bombs on key oil facilities, destabilizing the oil and gas industry. If you destabilize the oil and gas industry, it causes the oil prices to go up. And it puts the control back into the hands of Putin. And Putin wants control more than anything. He is imagining this every night before he goes to sleep. He wants this. He's tired of looking like an idiot in front of his comrades, in front of his country. He looks like an idiot because the economy is being destroyed because oil prices are $40 a barrel. And his plan of attack on fracking did not work, or at least it's not working fast enough. So here's his only option. Hey, ISIS, let's talk. Let's talk, ISIS. This is what I want you to do. And if you don't do it, I'm going to destroy you. Putin has that kind of power, and he has that kind of fear over people. You think you're afraid of any governing authority? Imagine being outside of Putin's country within his targets. That's fear. Because America, they're not going to do anything to you unless they go by the law. Where Putin, he plays by his own rules. All right, guys, I'm Sean Perot, president of Kingdom Exploration. Get ready for war in the Middle East. If you like this channel, please subscribe. I'm going to continue to follow this. There's not a lot of news on it because everyone's focused on Biden and Trump and in global warming and green tech and all of these things. I'm here to tell you it's going to happen, and it's going to be too late. By the time you hear about it on mainstream media, it's going to be too late. All right, guys, we'll talk soon. Thanks.